Hi Hannah, my name is James. I'm going to be your physiotherapist today.
Hi James, how are you going?
Good, thank you. What can I do for you today?
I came in today because I rolled my ankle 2 nights ago at volleyball and it was really bad and haven't been able to walk for the past 2 days.
Okay, so you haven't been able to walk whatsoever?
Yeah, I've been hopping everywhere.
You've been hopping?
I've been hopping everywhere. I haven't been able to put weight on it.
Okay, so you've been hopping. So you cannot weight bear at all, no pressure?
No, I don't even
on.
put my toe on the ground to like take a bit of weight. I just kind of keep it fully off and just hop on my other foot.
Okay. How about did this injury happen?
Okay, so 2 nights ago I was playing volleyball and I went up to block when someone else spiked and they landed before I did and I landed on their foot and then I rolled off the side of it and it hurt so bad and I was like on the floor and my coach came over and he like strapped it and put ice on it and everything and then he told me to like stand up and walk off, but I couldn't put weight on it at all and so I had to pretty much be carried off the court to the sideline.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you jumped up. When you landed on someone else's ankle,
Yeah.
your ankle rolled off, and that's when the injury actually happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so you couldn't walk whatsoever, no weight on the ankle. He iced it straight afterwards?
Yeah, he iced it and put
it?
like compression bandages over
Okay.
it to keep it tight. And then I basically was lying down with my foot on a chair on the sideline until Mum came at the end of like the game and
she
picked me up.
picked you up?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you had anyone else check out your ankle?
Well, my mum's a nurse, so she kind of like looked at it and asked me to put weight on it and things like that, and I couldn't put any weight on it, like it just collapsed out from under me when I tried to.
Yeah.
And she had a look at it and she said that it's probably like not broken, so she said for me to come to see you instead of a doctor.
Okay.
But I still thought that I should get like a professional opinion, so I'm considering maybe going to the doctor after this if you think that it's the right thing to do.
Okay, fair enough. Alright, so can you tell me whereabouts in the ankle the actual pain is? Is there an actual location where the pain
on
is?
the outside of my ankle is where it hurts most, right like underneath the pointy thing on your ankle.
Yes.
Yeah, that part.
The lateral.
Right underneath there, that's where it hurts the most.
Okay.
And it's like a sharp kind of like aching pain.
Yes.
Like there's like a little point in it, like kind of a bit back from it that really, really hurts, and then it kind of like spreads out, like diffuses like into
so
an ache after that.
A diffuse pain.
Yeah,
at the back
from
of
like
your
a
ankle.
pinpoint. Yeah,
Okay.
kind of on the side back. Yeah.
No problem. Okay, can I ask, so it's been 2 days since the injury?
Yeah.
Yes. Can I ask you why it's taking you 2 days to come in if you haven't been able to walk?
Well, I guess Mum checked it out Thursday night and she said that the next day, like Friday, I'd probably be able to start putting weight on and start to feel better.
Yeah.
And so she went to work Friday and I stayed home and I just like lay in bed all day and I didn't do anything. And I kept it elevated and compressed and iced like every 2 hours, you know, like you're supposed to.
Yeah.
But then by the time she came back, it was the same as it had been
Okay.
yesterday, and it was getting like a bit more swollen and was hurting. It still hurt like even when it was elevated.
Okay. Yeah.
So she told me that I should probably come see physio.
And you're still experiencing swelling around the ankle?
Yeah.
Okay.
The ice has kind of helped it, but yeah, otherwise it's still a bit swollen.
So you said ice helps it. Is there anything else that eases the pain or helps the swelling, anything like that?
Well, basically since I have nothing on it now, if I just put it up on like a chair or something and elevate it a bit, that immediately like just eases the pain.
Okay.
But definitely ice is like the best thing for it.
Okay, so ice
Yeah.
is probably the best easing factor.
Yeah.
Okay. You said that you're not able to walk on it. Have you got any mobility aids with you? I can't see anything now. So is there anything at home you've been using to get around? Have you been able to walk, like get around the house to the toilet?
Well, Mum was thinking of getting me crutches, but she like couldn't get me any because they didn't have any available where she worked.
Yeah.
But basically I've just been hopping on my one good leg, which I know is bad for it, so then as soon as I can like get a doorknob to lean on or something, I usually like pretend that that's like a walking stick or something and I just like put all my weight on that and on my arm and stuff. But
So
otherwise,
you've been
like,
using things around the house
Yeah.
to get yourself around. Okay. Can I ask you what actually aggravates your ankle now? Like, I know you haven't been moving around or anything, but when you move in bed, obviously, is that hurting? Or when you point your toes to wiggle your toes?
well, like when I wiggle my toes when I wake up in the morning, that's what I usually do to get some sensation back into it. It kind of hurts a bit, but at the same time, it feels kind of good because like I can feel that the muscles in there are like working and things, and
Okay.
it's not really so much the side of my ankle; it's
Yeah.
more like the front, which is nice. So I can like wriggle my toes and things, but otherwise, like just putting it down from the elevated position,
Yeah.
like it always just like it makes it feel so heavy,
Okay.
and like it's just like all this fluids going into it and stuff. It just feels huge.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how strong does the pain get? So I know that when you first did it, obviously it was pretty unbearable pain. You couldn't walk on it. So
Yeah.
that was a.
That was when I first did it. Like as soon as I like rolled it from that girl's foot, it was like a 10 out of 10 pain. I've never felt anything that bad before.
10 out of 10 pain.
But right now with it being down, it's probably like a 6.
Okay. Does it get much better than a 6 out of 10 at all?
Yeah, when I elevate it and have ice on it and haven't moved it for a while, it's probably like a 4 or a 5.
A 4
Yeah.
5 out of 10. Okay.
Still, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. I just want to ask you a couple of questions about your house. Have you got any stairs?
We have one stair from the garage to like the door that leads into the house.
So you have to
So
take the stairs.
I have to like make it through that stair, which isn't too hard. I mean, it's a bit of effort, but it's only one.
Okay.
I couldn't imagine going up more than one stair. It's
Okay.
really difficult.
And is there a lot of uneven surfaces around the house, or is it usually pretty flat on the outside, inside?
Yeah, I mean, we don't live in a place with any hills or anything, so it's like really flat. And in the house, there's like nothing around really. There's a rug that I sometimes like accidentally scuff my foot on. It's
Okay.
yeah, it
Have
kind
you
of.
had a trip before? Since
Well,
the
no,
injury?
because there's like a chair right next to it and like table. So if I like scuff my foot on it, I always catch myself before I
Okay.
fall.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's nothing really to worry about.
Okay. So you're still at uni, or you're at?
I'm taking
School?
a gap year right
Taking a
now.
gap year?
I finished school last year and I'm just trying to work and make as much money as I can
Okay.
so I can go to uni next year.
So how often do you actually work then?
I work every day, usually from like 9 till about 4. And then at nights I usually play sport or I hang out with friends or I like see my family, things like that.
Okay. So you haven't been able to work for the last 2 days?
Didn't work Friday, haven't worked today. I've already like called in to say tomorrow
Okay.
I'll take the day off as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not
So
sure how I can keep that up.
that would be one of your main goals, obviously, get back to work.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah, definitely getting back to work and getting back to sport, but most importantly for right now, just being able to walk on it again.
Okay, so your main goal is just to walk without pain?
Yeah.
Yeah, walk without pain. You also want to get back to sport and you want to get back to work. They're probably your ultimate goals.
Yeah, or even I guess now, just being able to walk, like even with crutches or something, just or like a walking stick even, just so I can do things and go places like just that much faster, so it doesn't take me so long.
Yeah, because you haven't been out of home for the
I
last couple of
haven't yet.
days.
This
so
is my first outing. It's a big
okay.
deal.
You have your license?
I do.
You
I
do?
usually drive myself everywhere.
Okay.
I'm very independent, have my own car, but
Yeah.
because it's manual, I can't drive it. So mum's having to drive me everywhere, and
Yep. So haven't been able to drive.
no.
Okay. I just want to ask you, so over a 24-hour period, so when you wake up, during the day and at night, how does your ankle feel?
Well, when I wake up, it's usually really stiff because
Okay.
it's been in the same position all night. Because I sleep on my back with it elevated on some pillows.
Yes.
And then during the day, it usually the pain usually gets a bit worse. Because in the morning, I feel like it's just so stationary the whole night that it just has no blood flow in it basically.
Okay.
So yeah, during the day, the more I move it, just going to the bathroom and coming back, it's already hurting more. And then at night, it usually starts to settle down a bit because I can, kind of just lie in bed and not have to do anything and not need to eat and things like that.
Yes.
So it's usually better then, but still going to bed, it takes me a while because usually it hurts a lot from the day.
Alright You said you're a kind of sporty person. Obviously, you do a lot of sport, so
Yeah.
sporty kind of person. Is there anything else that you usually do, like as a hobby? So I know you play volleyball. Any other sports?
I play basketball
Basketball.
socially on like the Wednesday night competition, and then I play like touch with my friends just when I
Touch
can.
rugby?
Touch rugby, yeah.
Touch rugby?
After school after they've gone to uni and stuff.
Okay.
And then like I like just hanging around home and reading books and doing puzzles, things like that, and hanging out with my sister. So I don't see her much because she goes to school every day, so
Okay.
she's younger than me. So yeah.
So you'd like to get back to that, obviously, as well.
Yeah, I'd love to get back to sporty and going outside and things, but I mean, I guess I'm not too desperate and I don't want to do anything like rash on my ankle to make it worse, because it's important for me to get back to sports. I want it to get better,
Okay.
like as best as possible.
Alright. So around the house, doing daily things, so getting dressed, having showers, are you having any trouble doing that? Do you need assistance from someone around the house?
Yeah, Mum helps me like every morning getting in and out of the shower. I mean, getting dressed is pretty easy because I have tracksuit pants that I wear
Yep.
all the time. Yeah, but getting into my jeans today was a struggle.
Okay.
And so Mum has helped me with that. And then I usually take baths because showers are too difficult and can't stand up for too long.
Okay. I was going to ask you about your medical history now. So is there any health conditions that you have?
No health conditions.
No?
I've broken bones in the past, but
Okay. What have you broken before?
I broke both bones in my arm.
Yep.
When I was 10 or something, and then I broke my little finger when I was like 12 or so.
Okay, so you've broken
Yeah.
a few bones.
Yeah.
Have you had any surgery because of these?
I had surgery to get my arm put back into place, so they put me under for like half an hour or something.
Okay.
So it wasn't a big surgery, but they just had to give me like anaesthetic, so general anaesthesia, so that they could pull it out and put it back in.
Okay. Have you had any previous injury to your ankle before, or is this the first?
This is the first time I've ever rolled either of my ankles. Like, they've always been strong. I've never worn ankle guards or braces or anything with it.
Okay.
So it's the first for that.
Alright. And have you taken any medication for your ankle?
I take Panadol or Nurofen usually at
Panadol,
night
Nurofen.
when it gets really bad, just to help me go to sleep.
Okay. And in your family, is there any health conditions that run within the family that you know of?
On my dad's side, there's like a thyroid problem or something, and
Okay.
so it leads to obesity on my dad's side. And on my mum's side, almost everyone has arthritis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. So arthritis. Okay. There's just a couple of other questions that I want to ask you,
Yep.
if that's okay. So have you had any recent unexplained weight loss?
No.
No? Okay. And have you experienced any dizziness?
Well, when I first rolled my ankle, I almost passed out when I was like lying on the floor because
Okay.
of the pain. It was just, it hurt so bad. But since then, no, I haven't been dizzy at all.
Okay. So it was only straight after the injury, nothing
Yeah.
since?
No, nothing since.
Okay. Do you experience pins and needles or numbness around the ankle area at all?
When I wake up in the morning, because it's been elevated all night on some pillows, usually I have to wriggle my toes, and I get a bit of pins and needles when that happens.
Okay.
And like the place itself where it's kind of swollen and sore, it's usually a bit numb when I touch it in the morning, so there's not so much pain then because it's so numb.
Okay, yep.
But otherwise, like then during the day after I've at least wriggled my toes for a while and probably gone to the bathroom, it just gets back to being sore.
Okay. Alright, that seems to be all the questions I need to ask you. So if it's okay with you now, we might have a look at the ankle.
Yep.
Alright. Okay, thank you, Hannah.
James?